everybody ready to roll? So, if you guys haven't been told yet, CID finally received the decrypted metadata from those marked MindJot drives that we seized a week or so ago. The data from the images on the drives corroborates information our guys have put together on a small operation running out of the row. We're heading over to 7408 Martinez Boulevard with a warrant for the arrest of George Brixley. Current intel, our target has a prior conviction for kidnapping. Did some time in Leavenworth, about 3 years. He also has a prior felony for conspiracy and sexual assault. He's not going to want to go back to jail. Brixley has firearms training, and we assume he's going to be armed. The structure we will be entering has some quirks to it.
What's up, nerds? Brad Foobar here. So, as you can see, we already got our briefing. Let's go ahead and prep for that. Let's go ahead and switch out the Mark 18. Just want to explore our options. Some machine guns. What do we got? Fuck, we'll use MP7. This seems like fun. I don't think we're going to put anything too crazy on it, like attachment-wise. Probably optic. Not really big on muzzle or on suppressors. Put a combat grip and light. Because we need to see in them dark areas, and I'm not wearing nods because I got the gas mask on. Sidearm, we're just going to do the Glock 19 with the regular fucking hollow point rounds, which reminds me I do got to change my AP rounds to JHP, which is jacket hollow point. Oh, we got 2 flashbangs, some CS gas, C2, and tasers. Looks like it'll be alright. Ooh. Alrighty, light armor, ceramic. Looking pretty solid. Yeah, because see, we got the gas mask, and I can't particularly attach nods. It's either one or the other. At least I think it is. Ooh, definitely one or the other then. And another gas mask, because we are using gas in our equipment, so that's why we need to protect ourselves from it. Any of you guys have been pepper sprayed? Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. I've been pepper sprayed and I've been tased. I can say without a shadow of doubt, I'd 100% rather be pepper sprayed, or 100% rather be tased than pepper sprayed, because that shit just reactivates in the shower and it sucks ass. So, if you guys remember on a previous video, I stated there was a guy who quit at quitting. Today's the day we unveil the story of the private known as Shit Licker. It was day 1 and we had just completed the Thunder Run. And you know those people who you kind of look at and you just tell they're not all there, or they have some type of issue? Yeah, that was him. He low-key kind of looked like Spiderius. If you guys don't know who that is, I'll go ahead and throw a photo up real quick of him. Now, I remember after we had finished doing the Thunder one, we had to run back to the troop, and this guy was already saying he wants to quit. He just looked like a complete bag of ass. However, nothing really exciting with him happened on day 1. It was day 2 that he actually quit for the first time. Now, don't get me wrong, the drill sergeants will do everything they can do to try to motivate you. Private Shit Licker just happened to not have any more motivation. We were doing PT in the morning, running around the rock pit, and he had completed 1 lap and straight up told the drill sergeants he wants to quit. After around 10 to 15 minutes, he still RTT'd, which was refusing to train. At this point, he didn't do anything for the rest of the day except follow us around. It's the same night that I heard him crying himself to sleep, my apologies, saying how much he misses his family. Don't get me wrong, I missed my family too. But in the end of the day, guys, you're going to see your family, and train isn't as bad as you think it is. Anyways, we go to bed and wake up the next day, and Shit Licker magically found more motivation to tell the drill sergeant he wants to continue to train, which allowed him to continue to train with us, and no joke, he quit again before lunch chow. Now, at this point, the drill sergeants made fun of him, also call him Shit Licker and all that. Anyways, for those of you who don't know, when you quit basic, they don't just send you home that same day. You're going to be there just as long as everyone else. Private Shitlicker continued to be a shitbag and started to just not give a shit. It came to the point where he got in counseling due to disrespecting an NCO, non-commissioned officer, for those of you guys who don't know. After getting in trouble for disrespecting an NCO, he had to write a paper on respect and what it means. Well, the funny part about that is, in the morning, he had to turn it in, and he had lost his paper and started to panic, saying, they're going to take me to jail, all this other shit. Unfortunately, he found his paper, but he also didn't make his bunk, which was covered in snot and God knows what else. It was like this weird shit. It straight up looked like he splooged on his sheets. It was fucking disgusting. So me and the rest of the platoon were like, nah, we ain't touching those sheets. Well, that plan came back to bite us in the ass, because when the drill sergeants came in the morning inspection, they saw his bed was not made, and we paid for it. Not only did he not have to participate in corrective action, but we got fucked up because of something he failed to do. At this point, the whole platoon started to hate him because he's affecting us instead of just himself. That night when he came back to the bay, we all just laid into him, calling him a piece of shit and expressing how much we hated him, which he didn't care. At that point, he was earned the title Shitlicker. Shitlicker had tried in every way to go home early, including saying that he was going to unalive himself, which didn't get him sent home. It just got him put on a weapons profile, which we all found pretty hilarious. Now that we were in the white phase, he didn't get a rifle because he was on a weapons profile. They gave him a giant stick to carry around that was wrapped in like blue tape, and it straight looked like a shovel handle. And he carried around, and it was an inspectable item, and everyone laughed about it. It was so stupid and hilarious at the same time. And I think, in my opinion, the best part of it was when he threatened to kill someone with the stick. They took it away from him and said, "God damn, Pry, we can't even trust you with a fucking stick. A fucking stick, Pry." He eventually got moved to another platoon with the rest of the non-trainers, and we didn't see much of him at that point, except when we went through the gas chamber. They made him do that part of training, which was probably the best moment ever. As when you get out of the gas chamber, you have to say, "My eyes are open, my arms are flapping." Well, Shitlicker got so fucked up from it, he was saying, "My eyes are flapping, my arms are open." This guy was all over the place, whether he wanted to be in the military or quit. It was determined pretty early on by the drill sergeants that he wasn't going to continue to be in the military, and he was going to be sent home over some type of medical discharge, which he did. But all the way up to the point where he left, he would sometimes partake in PT or minor training events. For example, when we were issued our pro mask, he got his, and the guy next to him told him that the little flakes in the pro mask was a dried up vomit, and Shitlicker immediately threw up on the ready line. It was fucking hilarious, except for the part where a little bit of it got on me, and then I was disgusted at that point. It was gross. It was no longer funny for me. There was also another instance where we were doing corrective action, and he decided he would take part in it, and we were doing push-ups. He says, "Drill sergeant, can you show me the proper way to do a push-up?" To which the drill sergeant looked around, or said, "Look around you, Pride. All your fucking battle buddies are doing it just fine. Just do what they're fucking doing." And Shitlicker proceeds to continue to talk and not shut the fuck up, and says, "Well, drill sergeant, I know the rest of the platoon might hate me for it, but can we do a run tomorrow for PT?" Drill sergeant said, "Fuck no, Pry." This guy was just all over the place. So that's like the point being, and it was so crazy. It was to the point where we were doing PT one time, and he got tired, or it was corrective action, not PT. But he got tired, and he decided he was going to start cranium tapping the ground with his forehead. And that's what got his profile continued. And the drill sergeants were like, "What the fuck?" And it was fucking hilarious. The drill sergeants didn't like him. Nobody else liked him. It was a kind of a poor situation for him. Do I feel bad? Not really. Sort of, kind of. In my opinion, I feel his recruiter should have really analyzed this and be like, "Look, man, I don't think the Army would be a really good fit for you." But I guess that's not really the case with a lot of people. And I remember when I was talking to him, we had our one-on-one moment. And I asked him, I was like, "Hey, man, so what made you want to join the Army? Like, why the Cav Scouts specifically, like, out of everything you could do?" He said, "Well, I mean, Cav Scouts are cool. They're kind of like the ODST from Halo." And at that point, I just couldn't hold it in anymore. and I was laughing. It was just nonstop. Like, I was like, man, people are gullible and will do whatever they think seems badass, even if it's super unrealistic. But anyways, guys, that's the story of Private Shitlicker. Don't be like him. I'm sure I'm missing a couple minor details here and there, which we'll probably find out at a later date and time. But I'd have to contact out some other battle buddies that were in basic with me to find out what I'm missing. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Private Fubar signing off. You have my guidance. Dismissed.